Kia ora, Sagittarians. This is your reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is your reading, Sagittarius. So we've got your cards out here. We go through and clarify. I've got a rock mineral crystal face down that we can pull out at the end. So let's just go through here. Let's talk about it, get into it, get into the storyline. Just on the off, just looking briefly at this lineup, you know, you definitely, it's, to me it feels as if you're working away. There's a end point very, very close, and so there's an acceleration of managing and cleaning, clearing in order to start something new. So we're coming out here to begin with this beautiful Four of Cups. Fours are very solid, very stable. We really enjoy, you know, in the Thoth deck, it's called luxury. We really enjoy this position in that Four of Cups. But the only issue with it, there's always an issue with it, is that water is designed to flow. Now we've got light coming down here. We don't get so much in these lower two cups. Often this card really is about having opportunities either that we don't see as opportunities. It seems to be a trial, and so we don't see the opportunity within that. Or we don't recognise an offering as an offering. Simple as that, really. We then have the Knight of Discs, as I always say, the consummate manager, because we're managing all the preliminary groundwork that's been done thus far. We make sure everything is, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and everything's going to where it needs to go. Distribution, all of that. Slow and steady and reliable, and everyone knows its reliability this Knight of Discs. Very reliable and stable card. We then come to the Queen, which just really, when I was shuffling, just flew out like a rocket. And I often do think of Sagittarius with this Queen. You know, the Queen of discernment, the Queen of very acute sight, quite focused in that. And at a high altitude here. We're talking high altitude vision. Sagittarius. And then we've got the Eight of Discs. Many things make this beautiful little tree with its petals. Many elements are involved in its creation and its ongoing maintenance, actually. We're perfecting something here. We're maintaining a level of quality and value in what we're producing and what we are crafting. Now, whether that's physically crafting something or mentally crafting a plan, that's where we're at in the story today. So let's go through and clarify this. We're looking at the Four of Cups for lovely Sagittarius here. And thank you for joining me. If I didn't say that, take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. Check out any other titles that might stand out. Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Something to do with the Four of Cups. Some of you, for some of you, there may well, and you know that there is a change coming, and you've chosen it. Maybe you've chosen it. Maybe it's been presented to you. You know it's coming. Oh God, it just went right through. It just went right through, Sagittarius. Look, there is something nice and stable about plugging away at something. whatever it pertains to. Often there is a time where we're either offered an opportunity, and we have a choice to take it or not. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm just, yeah, it's that Four of Cups seems to be an important card here. We've got the Knight of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles twice again, solidly working away. Is a very stable Sagittarian at the moment, or dealing with very dense, dealing with a lot of stuff in the physical, practical world. But we also here have the King of Wands, who wants to shine his light, or her light, wants to be life and soul of the party, maybe a central point for a lot of other people, a central axis for a lot of other people, encouraging, a large level of fun and vitality. And maybe that sort of Knight of Pentacle energy has served its purpose, possibly for you, and is serving its purpose at this time. But you can see a change coming, maybe, Sagittarians. Right, Knight of Discs. Knight of Discs here for Sagittarius. Keeping everything together, yes. Keeping everything together. We've got the Empress coming out. Creativity, love, all of those wonderful things. Nurturing. We're nurturing. Are we nurturing a lot of other people here? And there's a desire to break out of that, to offer it to ourselves, possibly. Is that the case for Sagittarius? Is that the case? We seem to be fulfilling two roles at once here, is what I'm getting. Two roles at once, two different, maybe they're connected in some way, but they're different. We've got our eye on that future point of where we want to get to. We've got our current responsibilities and obligations on the go at the same time. We have here the Three of Wands, which is a wonderful card. I'm still looking here at that Empress, because the Empress is really like, we've got formless oceans here that we dip into to create, and a never-ending wealth of love at the same time. Three, we're in motion, we're on track, and there is timing involved, because there is timing in here. As I said at the beginning, you're getting everything organized in order to take flight, potentially in a new direction. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Beautiful, discerning, clear-minded queen. We know our choices are honouring ourselves, Sagittarius, is what I can see. The Two of Cups is one of the most harmonious. Well, I always think it is one of the most harmonious, beautiful cards. It's a card that speaks of choices, of commitments. As I said, there's obligations here that you have with others, commitments to others. It might be groups and obviously individuals in your own life, but groups of people. And so, sometimes we have to be very unemotional in our decision making sometimes. So we're looking at this beautiful, beautiful thing, because we sometimes we have to, because we need to make a choice that's for ourselves, that honours ourselves. This is what I'm getting from here. That choice will be very fulfilling. So we've got the Ace of Discs, the Ace of Pentacles here. This is the divine energy that comes to us, that comes through us, and we give it form here. We give it form. This is where things are heading. As I said, there are changes coming through. And sometimes, whether it relates to you at the moment or not, you know, sometimes we are torn between making a very clear decision or choice that does not possibly, what am I trying to say? We make a choice that really does, you know, that we're respecting what is the best thing for us. It might not be the best thing for other people, is what I'm trying to say. But that's not really the point, you know. Sometimes we're torn in that sense. As I'm just rifling on here, we've got the Page of Cups, a small offering, but an offering nevertheless. A small offering. Is it enough? Is it someone trying to keep you? I mean, I do see it like someone trying to keep you in possibly a workplace or something, and offering you something, but it's just not enough. Yeah. And that's an emotional offering as well, you know. But we've got the Six of Discs here. This is about generosity. This is about balance. All the sixes sit within that middle level on the tree of life. Beauty, harmony, balance. So we've got this wonderful walking the line of generosity. We want to not be obligated by generosity. We want to be able to express it freely, as I say, without being forced to, because that just does defeat the purpose, doesn't it? Oh God, Sagittarius. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Discs, a wonderful card of perfecting something. Certainly having an eye on that. I just say on the what? Whatever the word is. Off the cuff. That sometimes when we're just about to go over that sort of threshold into maybe accepting something new, doing something, it doesn't have to be new, but doing something differently, that we can convince ourselves, even though we might have planned it for a long time, we might be able to convince ourselves that maybe it wasn't a great idea after all. And of course that can happen, can't it? I do get that quite strongly. Well, we're looking back here, Sagittarius. We are clarifying this Eight of Discs. Work, perfecting something. We don't want to be our own saboteur. We've got the Five of Swords here, another sword. It's a difficult card, as is the Seven of Swords. We see this figure taking all the swords after the battle. We deceive ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we deceive others. Sometimes we're totally unaware of that fact. Is there a existential discussion going on in your head, Sagittarius, at this time, about what the best thing to do for you is, about what the obligations to others are, whether that's work, personal, whatever, and trying to make it, I think you've made a decision, but it's trying to make it good for everyone. Trying to make it good for everyone. We all have the self-saboteur. We all have that. With this also, we've got 3 cards that came out for 8 of discs. We have the 7 assessment, 7 of discs, very disky through here. We're looking back. We're doing a review, an energetic review. So what we've put our energy into, what have we got from it? We may well have got quite a good amount of coin. We may feel depleted within that. It just depends what way it looks to you, doesn't it? So what we planted, have we received the benefits of the crop? Was it a bad year? Was it a good year? All of that stuff. This is simply an energetic review, and we all do that. We often do it at the beginning of the year. We often do it at the end of a year. We often do it at any time. You know, winter time, whatever. We do a review. And this is what's going on. What is also going on is strength. So within this whole process, Aquarius, maybe you see things quite clearly, and I do think you do, because of course we have the Queen of Swords. We have strength. We understand our ego. We understand aspects of our psyche, our conscious mind, and what you may well be, I just get that sniffing. Certain things have been revealed to you about things that have been not overly conscious to you, but they are becoming that way. And so it's all rather grand. Pixie and Fairy Oracle, Brian Froud, can you give us for Sagittarius? Can you give us a glimmer? Well, indeed, we have a glimmer and a half here. We have number 7, the Singer of Intuition. This is high octane, intuitive guidance. However you want to look at it, those sort of immediate boom. Does it feel uncomfortable? Often it does. Intuitive hits. We then have, and this is at great speed, we have taken the self. 360-degree shift on the head of a pin. You could liken it to a sort of the effervescent bubbles in a glass of champers, you know. This is fast and light. It's like that bing on a crystal glass, that tone that seems to sort of clear everything out. Right, so that is basically, hopefully you got something from this reading this week, but we do have a rock mineral crystal that's been face down. Maybe you have some at home that you can carry with you. Maybe you can just hold it in your mind's eye. So we've got this titanium rainbow quartz. Now what's happening here? Awakening all chakras, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy and powerful shift. And I do think that this is what you are grappling with. I do think there's a grappling with it at this time, Sagittarius. So I hope things become very clear if they're not already. On that note, I hope you got something from this reading, and we'll see you at the next new moon.